23. Done got my meds took care of. My blood sugar was low this morning, 66. And I don't know why, but it was low. I had to get it back up. Eat a bowl of oatmeal. And so here I am with another bonus day. Every day I live now is a bonus. I'm beyond my life expectancy. And I hope I can say that for a long time yet. But there I go burping again. What is what is God dang. How about somebody, just for the hell of it, somebody, every time I burp, count it. Let's see how many burps I can do. Not that I want to do. Gosh. Anyway, I was thinking, you know, I need to start getting my family involved in some of my videos. I want to do stuff with them, you know, just dumb stuff, simple stuff, nothing fancy. I guess everybody'd be game for that except my daughter. She don't, for some reason, she don't want to be on camera. She's got a problem. I don't know why though. She watches a lot of YouTube stuff. But yeah, I need to start getting them involved. I still ain't nobody actually come and looked at them machines and tools yet. I got some people interested, and then I got some scammers. I picked them scammers out. I don't get scammed. I'm not saying I can't be scammed, but I don't. Usually I can see through shit pretty quick. Most of the time that works, but sometimes I get scammed. I had this guy back when I was kept my business open and it was losing money every day, and I kept it open for the sake of the people that's working for me. I didn't want to be out of work, and we did that till we just couldn't do it no more. But it was for the employees, and there was one guy I had, I'll even mention that sucker's name, Ron. And he, unbeknown to me, he could see the writing on the wall. So he was stealing supplies, you know, like staples and extra staple guns and tools and tack strips and anything you needed, you know, to do reupholstery. He was stealing that stuff and packing it up somewhere. And I found out about it after the fact. When I finally closed up the business, I gave him a bonus, and I gave him an air compressor, some things I thought he would need. He wanted to start his own business. And then, after all that, he had been stealing from me and I didn't know it. And the reason I know he was doing it was because I was over there at his little shop one day after he had opened, and I was helping him move some stuff, and I found some tools that was my personal tools, had my initials on it, my last 4 social security number and everything. That stuff had come up missing. I didn't know where it went. And I was raising hell about it, and his son one day said, you know, he was ripping you for about a year. So that he got over on me. He got over me. He ain't in business no more. He had, as a matter of fact, he had to skip town. He was scamming some customers on something, shorting them on something. I don't know exactly what it was. Here I sit giving my password. I was, what the heck is wrong with you, Russell? Did I give it all? I'll review it. If I give it all, I'm gonna have to block that out. Gosh, how stupid is that? Got the camera going, you sitting there, blah, 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 blah. Gee whiz. And I'm sitting here talking about people can't get over on me. Not that there's a crook out there wanting my password, but gee, that was ignorant. That was ignorant. I've never thought I was the brightest bulb on the tree anyway, but that just proves it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to review this sucker. Dang. Sitting there, gonna put on YouTube my password. And my password, I use that same password on a lot of different stuff. I don't want to have to remember a new one, and I've had this password for, shoot, 15 years, I guess. And my daughter, she'll come on there and she'll say, no, I can't tell that. That'd be a short tip-off. Shut up, Russell. I'm on the email. Let me see if I got any hits on my... There's another burp. Dang. I think Chris and Holly ought to be about ready to put another video up. Subprint, I like him when I watched it. The ones I watch regular, I watch Subprint. Then I like the guy, I like to watch him, but it's kind of boring. It's the same thing over and over and over and over and over. And he's moving so fast, popping them lids, looking, bam, shut it, noticing that, bam. And here lately, every time he's been putting one up, it's been snow on the ground. And that makes me cold. What is wrong with my email? Yeah, my blood sugar was low. And I really wasn't having no symptoms of it being low, but sometimes it gets low though, and I don't know it. I hadn't had no new subscriber in days. Of course, I don't think I've got the most interesting content. There's that now. Chris and Holly ain't put nothing up. Thug Print ain't put nothing up. Tucker Upper hadn't put nothing up. Jack Pot Digger ain't put nothing up. Dumpster Marcus ain't put nothing up. And I watched that one girl that dumpster dives, and I'm not keen on young, by young I mean 20-ish girl or woman, whatever you want to call her, with a lot all made up, very pretty, very attractive, and looks like she got ready to go on a date, got long fingernails that I think are fake because I've seen her sometime with just her regular nails. But I'm not too keen on that, but she seems to have a good amount of subscribers. I think, what's her name? Lillian K. I believe that's what it is. She is attractive, but she somehow, I'm not saying that people at dumpster dive are unattractive. Well, they ain't pretty, most of them. I mean, except some of the ladies, but most of the ladies I know dumpster diving has got their husband or boyfriend with them. But this girl's got nobody, just herself. And Lillian K, I believe that was, well, but she's got a good following, and I'm just wondering if it's a lot of guys just getting pulled in by her appearance, you know. What is her name? I don't even see it. Dang, I didn't know I hadn't heard from Miss Twiggy lately. And she was, where? Yeah, Lillian K. But I hadn't, she's got a good following. But she seems like she's mainly in it for the makeup, you know, but she gets other stuff too. And see, a lot of these people, I don't know what they're in it for. You know, I usually, if somebody subscribes to me, I'll go back and check their channel, and if they got content, I'll subscribe to them. But I got thinking, not that that's going to happen, but if I got like 1,000 subscribers, I can't go in there and subscribe to all them people. Can I? Anyway, I've got I'm gonna have to do my I didn't know that was not well, you know, nobody seems interested. in some of my content. Of course, again, I say I'm doing it mainly for my grandsons and my daughter. That was the intent originally, still is the intent, but I guess I got the YouTube fever now. I want people to watch me. I want some subscribers. I want people to like. But it's still mainly for my kid. I call them my kids because technically they are my kids. My daughter's my daughter, and my grandson is my grandsons. You know, they're my kids, my blood. Love every one of them. I'm gonna do a. I'm gonna set my youngest grandson down one day, and I got some questions I want to ask him. And I got to do it where he doesn't know he's getting recorded. Because I don't know how I'm going to pull that off, but that's what I want to do. Because if he knows he's getting recorded, he's going to get funny on me. I don't want to do that. I tried that with my daughter one time. She caught me. Oh, well. But Chris and Holly, they're the ones got me started. Then I got on to Bud Print. Then I got on to Scrap and Pallet Man and Tucker Upper and some of these others. But anyhow, let's see, I was going to do something today that I was going to video, and I should have wrote it down. You know, I got a piece of paper I keep laying down here all the time, and I think of something I want to talk about, and I write it down, because the next day I ain't going to remember. I'm going to say, what was that I was wanting to do? And so I have to write it down, you know. And I have a project I want to do today, and I can't remember. I didn't write it down. And sometimes I'll think of something and I'll reach for my pens, and there's no pens. My little 9-year-old done come in here and got them, and I have to keep them hid. But anyway, maybe I'll think of it later. But I suppose since I just remembered what it was I was wanting to talk about, and the reason I didn't write it down, it was right here in front of my face. This vase, it's brass here. This stuff here, this is Chinese. I've had this for a while, and I never knew what it was. All this stuff is hand carved on here, but the question is how they got it. How did it get onto the brass to be carved? And it's called Chinese. Looks like it's spelled cinnabar, C-I-N-N-A-B-A-R. And what this is lacquer. They put a coat of lacquer on this thing. And when it dries, they put another coat. And when it dries, do another coat. And some of these things will have 200 and 300 coats, different separate coats of lacquer on it. And some of it they dye kind of this red here, but this red was applied after the other stuff was done, but because I can see where some of the paint's coming off, and it's kind of a white color. But there's a lot of reproductions out there where it's done in a mold. How they do that, I don't know. But this is not a reproduction. This is the real McCoy, and it's hand carved. You can look at the stuff and you can look for seams in it and all that stuff, and you can't find it. And then I looked that up, Chinese cinnabar, and there's all kind of vases. Some of them things are very elaborate, and to me, this is elaborate. I mean, it's got, you know, there's birds. There's a bird, and I'm sure there's some more on there. I'm just having trouble pulling them out. I've seen more than one bird. Is that a butterfly? I don't know. But this vase here, this is what got me started collecting vases. There's a bird. Boy, that's a big one too, see that? I don't know if you can see that or not, but maybe I ought to. But this thing, how long does it take them to carve it stuff? See, when they get that thick layer of lacquer and it's dried on here, then they go in there and they carve it. But this is the one that got me messing with vases. And I'm like, how in the world they do that? There's brass, and then this is on the outside, and then it's carved. And I looked that up one day, and sure enough, that's what it is. Cinnabar. C-I-N-N-A-B-A-R. Chinese cinnabar. If you want to check that stuff out, you can look at, you know, pull it up on the internet. Hell, you can pull anything up on the internet anymore. Yeah, shoot, one day I was, but anyway, that's very interesting, I think. But that got me started on vases. But my vase collecting got to extremes. I was collecting just anything that was a vase. I got some good stuff, I got some junk. And I'm fixing to thin out the junk and just keep my good stuff. I got one vase. Well, there's actually, I got favorites. Oh, here, it's ceramic. And I love this thing. There's no markings on it. I keep my batteries hid in here because my grandson will come snatch them if he knows where they're at. But anyway, I just like the way that's done on the top. And this had to have been cut like that or something when this was still greenware before it was fired. And I just love that thing. Just totally love it. It's just incredible. You know, I just love it. Don't ask me why. It's kind of dumb, but I love it. And then I got this. This is ceramic also, and it's signed in something Mexico. I don't know if that means it's signed or not, but there it is. But it's got an owl on it and a butterfly. And that's all kind of, I don't know how they do all this stuff when they're making it, but this is ceramic too. And this is another one of my favorite vases. I've got, where is that other one? I've got some cut glass ones, but you know, cut glass vases, that doesn't do nothing for me. I like the odd stuff. But I got some up there that are antiques, but they don't do nothing for me. But stuff like this, these, those are some of my favorites anyway. But if you have an interest in this stuff, I'd look it up, because, and believe it or not, guess where this come from? Dumpster. came out of the dumpster. And I don't know what it's worth, if it's worth anything. But I know it's hand carved. And I like it. I'm going to get this thing down and clean it up one day. I might take it to an antique dealer and see what they say about it. Sometimes I wish I never got started messing with these vases. They're dust collectors. And I'm lazy when it comes to dusting. But I did. This is cut glass. And I found these, there was a pair of them at a yard sale. 50 cents a piece. Can't beat that. I don't know what you'd have to pay if you went to a store to buy these somewhere. But I know that cut glass is a lot more expensive. But I liked them. And I don't collect these vases. Is it vases or vase or vases? Somehow vase don't sound right. It's a damn vase. But I get, if I like it, I like it. I don't care whether it's rare, collectible or not. It could be very, damn boy, that one's dusty. It could be very rare, and me not like it, I wouldn't want it. Other than to get it cheap and sell it high. But this one has gold trim around the edge. I like that. It kind of reminds me of the old style sundaes you used to get in the drugstore with ice cream and all that stuff on it, but they were a little bit bigger than that. But I like that. And here's another cut glass. And you know what? I never seen that tag on there before. What does that say? I forget where I got that. And oh, that's 24% lead crystal cut glass. I like that. And some things that I paid a guy $10 for this. It's an antique. I kind of like it, but I got some that was a lot less expensive than this that I like better. And here's one. This is heavy. It's almost like it's made out of stone, but it's that stuff that's cast. But it's a vase, and it's Egyptian, or appears to be Egyptian. And it was sitting on a table at a flea market, and I was looking at it, and the lady says, "You want that?" And I said, "Well, I don't know." And she said, "You can have it for nothing." I said, "Really?" So she gave it to me, and I said, "Well, at least let me give you $1 towards your table rent," but it's got a chip out of it right here on the thing. But I love this thing. And I'm sure, I don't know what that stuff is, but it's heavy. It's very heavy. But I really love it. And it was almost a freebie. Well, it would have been a freebie if I hadn't volunteered the $1. I just felt bad taking it for nothing. Now here's one. I don't know if the camera picks that up or not. I paid $10 for this too. The glass on it looks like it's cracked or something, but it's not really cracked. It's just the way that some kind of the way they do that. But I like this. but seemed like the ones I paid the most for, I don't like as good as the ones that I paid the least for. I seen this one sitting at a yard sale, and I thought it was a vase, and I guess that's what you're thinking too. But it's not. See that hole in the bottom? This is for a light of some kind, probably on a chandelier or some kind of something. But I got it because it looked like a vase, and I was thinking I might be able to plug that hole somehow or another and make it a vase, and maybe put it on a wood base or something. But I like it. This I paid 50 cents for, and I actually like this better than I do that one I paid $10 for. And it's ceramic, but I love that. And believe it or not, I even like this piece of shit. It's plastic, but I love it. I like it. And I got some I'm gonna show you that's outside. I see lamps. I don't have one in here. I see old lamps sitting on the side of the road, and they're shaped like a vase, but it's a lamp. And I like to get the old lamp, if it's made out of material that I can work with, and cut that top out of it and seal the bottom and clean it up, paint it, put some decorative art on it or something, and make a vase out of it. And I got two out there that I'm working on. It's a pair. They're rather large. And about a month or so ago, I even asked Holly on Chris and Holly. She never did get back with me on that, so I'm assuming she didn't want to do it. But that's okay. I wanted to take me do one and ship her the other and let her do it and see how our minds worked as far as how to decorate the thing and everything. But she never did get back with me, so I'm about in the middle of that now. I got one cut open, and I'm fixing to cut the other one open. I'm gonna put that on video today. And I've just got it. The design on the thing looks kind of Aztec or something like that, but or is it geometric? I don't know. There again, I like what I like. I'm just not. Knowledgeable about this stuff. I just know what I like. So, anyway, I'll be showing that here directly. Okay, this is the lamp that I was talking about. That's about, I don't know, it's about 20 inches tall. And there was a pair of them. So I took one, I took the hardware and the wire out of it, cut the top off with a little plunge saw that I have. These are plaster. And I cut it, as you can see, right around here. I tried to cut it up here, but it was too thick. I couldn't do nothing with it, so I come down to here. And I'm going to have to mix up some plaster and fix the bottom for these things so that it's solid down there. Then I'm going to coat the inside with some kind of clear coat or lacquer or something where it's waterproof. And I'm going to decorate the outside. I'm going to clean it. And then I'm wanting to do a black background color, and then I want all these little lines in here painted gold or silver. I haven't made up my mind. And these bands, I want to put a copper band around this, which would be pretty easy to do for me. I've got copper. And same thing down here at the bottom on those bands. I might want to see if I can do something, but I'm not sure how I can do that. So I'm figuring on how to do it. But anyway, that's those. I wanted you to see those. This is another vase. It's got pennies in it. I don't know why I threw them in there, but I really like this one too. It's kind of a purplish color and it's frosted glass. And believe it or not, I was going to send this to a friend of mine. Her name's Monica or Monica. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. She is a German-born lady. She was the daughter of a real good friend of mine when I was in Germany. And she married a GI over there, and she's back here. She lives in Tennessee now. And I affectionately call this my Monica or Monica vase. I ought to get around to sending that to her. I don't know if she'd even want it or not. But I've never met her personally. But I'm friends with her on Facebook and everything. I don't know if she watches any of my videos or not. But she's a sweet lady. Got kids. Her dad, Walter Tuschinski, he was a German soldier in World War II. So, at one time, he was the enemy. But I really like that man. He lost a leg in World War II. He told me about it once, you know, how it happened, but his English wasn't that good, and his daughter was translating, and but he was a good man. There was a lot of good people back then on both sides. I had uncles that fought in the war. That didn't understand how I could like any Germans, but I've got some real good German friends. But anyway, yeah, I might get around to sending her that vase one day. I need to ask her about it. She may not even want it. Matter of fact, I think I'll message her today and ask her if she wants it. Okay, this is another. When I first seen this, it was at a yard sale, and I thought this was a lid and it would come off. I thought it was a vase. Then I noticed a hole in the top, hole in the bottom. This was a lamp, and so I like this. And it's also got initials on it, so I'm wondering if somebody made this for a lamp base but never used it, and it's got, you can feel that it's like this is cut in there, or maybe they cut that in after when they put the glaze on it. Maybe they cut that in to do that, because the sign down here, GA, and but it's ceramic, so I don't know what you would use to cut ceramic, but I'm going to find out, because I'd like to cut this off I would love to cut that off right here and make a vase out of it. What would really be needed bucket about with a lid, but it's not. But I'm gonna pick. This is another example of what you can do with lamp bases. If you see one you really like, and I've seen several around, I just never thought about making bases out of them till lately. But when I get ready to cut this, I figure out what I gotta cut it with. I'll probably make a video of me doing that. Same thing on them these two bigger lamps I was just showing you. My daughter brought me a hearty steak and gravy biscuit. And I'm gonna eat this. I love these things. But you're not gonna get to see me eat it. No more eating on camera. I'm gonna enjoy this.